Coffee Club.
Yeah. Coffee Club on a Friday morning, the 28th day of March, being brought to you in part by Owens Ordnance from right here in McCook. If you haven't been into the store, stop in. They've got some really cool things in there. It's a big boy toy store.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty fun. And he's an expert at fixing guns.
Yeah.
Like I took mine into him and I'm like, here, this thing.
This is doing this thing. Can you make it not do that thing anymore?
Yep. And I killed a deer. So, I mean, it was a win-win.
Very good. Ready for Coffee Club. We got some great guests here today. Luke Cleaver, haven't had him in for a while, so we thought we'd get him up from Overland, Kansas. Amanda Engel from the MADC, Katie and Casty from Southwest Nebraska Family Resource Center, and, of course, Josh Haley and myself. So, should be a fun day today, right?
Yeah, we're hoping.
Yeah.
You know, we might get a little chance of moisture at the end of it.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Tomorrow, another chance of moisture.
I don't think that's until tonight.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a hot day. Amanda, let's talk McCook Economic Development Corporation. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should turn your mics on. What'd you say?
Oh, I said, is anybody else's husband not letting them turn on the air conditioner?
Oh, that thing's not going on yet. No.
Yeah.
No.
We captured all the cold air last night and just shut the windows this morning. But it was like 80 degrees when we went to bed last night.
I think our thermostat read 78 at one point last night in the house. It was terrible.
We got the whole house fan. You know what that is?
Oh,
yeah, I was telling Will about it. He'd never heard of one.
We have that too.
That changes everything.
Game changer.
Yeah. Woke up this morning. We had a nice little cross breeze going in the house. It was okay. So, Amanda, speaking of houses, you are kind of in charge of the housing side of the EDC.
Yep.
So, right off the top, if you could go bring and add a certain number of houses in McCook, what's that number?
Well, so on paper, our housing study says that we are about... oh gosh. Okay. In all fairness, everyone, I'm on maternity leave and I'm getting very minimal sleep. So the number is it's about 150, I believe.
150 short.
And
150,000? Is that what you said?
Oh gosh. Maybe in that price range, 150,000 would be really nice. But and that's a mix of rentals and single family homes. Again, I'm not telling you the right number. I know because it's not on the top of my head at the moment.
Sure.
But we have a large deficit of housing. And so we are actively working from all angles to improve housing, whether that's housing development, rehabilitation, providing opportunities for down payment assistance, even opportunities for rehabilitation for people who own their homes and don't plan to sell their homes. So we're constantly looking for different grant opportunities and different opportunities to help benefit the homeowners in McCook, and whether that's the ones who are already here, servicing them, trying to attract new people to the community, or helping people kind of make those steps up or down if they're downsizing in the community as well. So making sure we have a wide range of options. And those numbers that are on paper that they say that we need are range from low-income housing up to market rate to senior housing, anything and everything in between.
Well, you guys are doing a good job about, trying to get all the studies done and figure that balance out. And there's a lot of projects that are, I know, planned for the future that you're kind of excited for too.
Yeah, it's a really, really exciting time in McCook. We actually just last night, Governor Pillen is doing the Good Life is Calling campaign. And so they have a group touring different communities in Nebraska. And the state is really spearheading a attraction piece for Nebraska to try and attract workforce. So we had this group here last night, and I think several of us in the community could do it from the back of our hand or with our eyes closed, doing a community tour and really showing what all we have to showcase. And that bus tour seems to be growing in length. We, had an hour allotted last year, and we've still allotted that hour, and it's usually an hour and a half now by the time we make all our stops and discuss everything that we have going on, because it seems like every month, whether it's the city or the college or the hospital or us, somebody is adding a project to the community that is worth speaking about and noting. So,
what was that program called? The Nebraska?
The Good Life is Calling.
Good Life is Calling, and it's not for everyone. Okay, I just want to make sure we said the whole thing. So, So you got any special events that are upcoming here pretty quick?
Yeah, so we are wrapping up construction up at the new North Point addition, which if you've listened to Coffee Club before when I've been on, you've probably heard me speak about. So that is just a single family home addition that the MEDC helped develop in the community. We put in new streets, utilities, all the infrastructure needed. So there are available residential lots for purchase. And then to kind of kickstart that area, we also went through the process of building 5 spec homes up there. So we have a couple that are still available as we wrap up construction. And so we are planning a open house next Saturday, April 5th from 11 to 1 p.m. The realtors will be on site. There will be people from lending institutions up there to answer questions. We're going to have the home staged. We're really excited to partner with Whitaker's, Samways, and Lord's Furniture out of Indianola. They're going to bring in some pieces just so it's hard for people to visualize what does a home look like when there's no furniture in it. Yeah. I, of course, can because I have worked with floor plans for several years. That's right. What my job was prior to this. But it's not very often that you go in. So we're hoping we can help kind of breathe a little bit of life into those homes so you can kind of see yourself in them as opposed to looking at, just an empty home. So we're really excited for that.
That is next Saturday. If people want to learn more about anything you guys do, how do they reach you?
You can reach the office at 345-1200. As I mentioned, I am on maternity leave, but I am still working more than I should. But if you leave a voicemail or shoot us an email too, then I can get back to you as soon as possible.
Katie, talking a little bit about the Southwest Nebraska Family Resource Center. You're the new director there, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And you guys had a special event this week too, didn't you?
We did. We had an open house on Wednesday, and I think it was pretty well attended. We had 24 people come in, lots of kids. We had popcorn. We had cookies donated by Ember's Bakery that kids frosted. So I think everyone had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, what is the Family Resource Center?
So we are an organization that just strives to help families, anyone in need. So we have a lot of different small programs within. We do the Christmas tree program in December. We have a back to school supply giveaway. And one of our biggest things is our fair exchange program, where people can come in, they can donate their kids' used clothes, strollers, car seats, whatever they have, and get points and use those points then to purchase other items within the exchange.
You brought one of your board members with you.
I did. This is Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy. So how long have you been on the board?
A year and a half at this point.
A year and a half?
Yep.
Yeah. So what drew you to be a part of it?
Just helping families within different counties surrounding, this area. Southwest Nebraska has always been like a big part of my life. So it just giving back to the community.
And what they've done into that building is just amazing. I mean, I was in there probably about a month ago, and it's nothing against the situation, but I really needed a drink after because I was walking through going, oh my gosh, this thing is like a mess. And then when I walked in the other day and it was just open space, you could see everything from when you first entered. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. You can see everything. Everything is labeled. It's in by the 0 to 18 months, 24 to 2.
So who's doing all that work? Who's doing all that?
Some of it's me, but most of it has been Georgia. She's the other employee there, and she organizes the clothes exchange. She has done amazing, super friendly, and really easy to get along with.
Yeah.
KT needs her flowers too, because she's been doing a lot around there. She's been doing a lot of work. So she deserves everything as well. So her and Georgia have been putting a lot of work into the Family Resource Center. I would encourage anybody who hasn't or doesn't know what the Family Resource Center is to either stop in or call. They're happy to answer questions. If anybody has kids that are in need, please just stop in and look and see if there's something that we can help you out with, because we have a bunch of different variety of things actually at the facility.
And when we've had someone call and say, I have a need and we can't meet it, if I post it on Facebook, I've had a great response. Usually within 24 hours, I have the item they're looking for.
So let's talk about that a little bit. What are some of the things that you're after right now?
Well, we actually just reached out the other day for pack and play. Somebody had come in with a need for a pack and play. We didn't have any, and that was the item that within 24 hours I had 2 of them on my doorstep, which was amazing. I love the community support. We're always needing different kinds of formula. You never know what kind we're going to need because every child is different. Diapers is always a big need, and pull-ups and wipes, hygiene items, things like that.
All right. So how do people help donate? How do they get involved on that side?
They can just come in with a bag of items they would like to donate. We get their name and sign them up for the program. You get 10 points just for signing up. We'll go through and count your donation and add to your points. And then you go into the exchange and just pick out what you want. Clothing items are 1 point each. It's fairly easy.
Yeah. And April's kind of a special month for you.
It is. April's Child Abuse Awareness Month. And so I've actually partnered with McCook Schools. We're going to do a program where you come in, you bring your donation, and we'll match the points to a school of your choice within our service area, any of our 6 counties. So then your school will also be earning points. It's a little competition between the schools. We also have a special wish list of items that the school really needs, the elementary schools here in town really need. So if you bring in any of those items, you would get extra points, and those items will be donated directly to the school.
Very cool. Family Resource Center, where are you located? When you open?
526 West B Street, and we are open 9 to 4 Monday through Thursday and 9 to noon on Fridays.
Very good. Right here in McCook. Luke Cleaver.
Yes, sir.
Miriam's Hope, Oberlin, Kansas. Give us kind of your quick rundown. What's new for you guys?
Yeah, so we are finishing up all the construction. Of course, when we got there, it had been abandoned for 15 years, so it was a lot of work going in and cleaning out rat poop and whatnot. But we've since remodeled everything, tore everything down to the studs, and it's a beautiful facility. So we're actually finishing the last housing unit on site. So, I mean, that's been an incredible project. So 2 housing units, our home on site, full cafeteria, our offices. We have a guest cabin. That's including our day camps we run in the summer and our fall festival we do. So we've been very busy the last 5 years. So right now we're finishing. We're kind of taking a breath. We have been working with families kind of on a soft opening basis. And so we're catching our breath now and getting ready to kind of launch the whole project, the whole ministry coming together and finishing up. So what we do, if you don't know, is we work with single mothers and women in a kind of a treatment center context. So they come out. We've worked with drug addicts, folks with mental health problems. We've worked with trafficking victims, all that kind of stuff. So the gamut runs anything. We don't take state or federal dollars. Everything we do is just raised by people. And so we go to a lot of churches and speak on the ministry, and it's been incredible what God's done, and so that allows us to take kind of whoever the Lord puts on our heart, and a lot of restrictions come when you take state dollars. You got to take this person, you can't take this person. You got to fit into a certain category. But for us, it's if we feel like God's called us to work with a person, we do it. I mean, we've been in contact with folks in Texas that need help and all over the country, and so it just kind of varies, and we have that freedom in Christ to kind of do what He's called us to do, and that's what's been pretty incredible. But if you've never been down to Oberlin, Kansas, down to Miriam's Hope and Sapa Park, it's worth a trip through. And we get a lot of drive-throughs, just checking it out. A lot of folks that have worked there before and want to see what it looks like now. It's totally different. It's an incredible place. We've restored it, and it is a top-notch facility.
You guys have a website?
We do, miriamshope.com, or go to Facebook, Miriam's Hope, and you can see all the information. We have a social media person now. We figured out we're terrible at that. So said, let's just get someone who's good at that and let them do it. So she takes care of all that for us.
We'll catch up a little bit more with Luke here at the end of Coffee Club here today. I think we're ready for our weekend poll. Haley put that together, and she was kind of passionate about this one.
Well, hold on real quick, though.
Yes.
Anybody's listening that wants to watch, something's going on with our Coyote Facebook page.
Uh-oh. What?
So you'll have to go to our Snooze Buster Facebook page if you want to watch the Coyote. We tried to post stuff on there earlier this morning, and it hasn't gone, so I think
the bots.
You violated the rules.
I think the Russians are onto our Coyote Facebook page right now.
You can also find, it's all one word, Snooze Buster. You can find that on YouTube. So actually sounds and looks better there too. But anyway, our weekend poll.
Yes. So if you've ever had a bag of Gardettos, you'll know that it has like the mini breadsticks, the rye trips, the 2 kinds of pretzels, the corn checks, or the wheat checks. But we have decided that which one of those has to go.
Mm-hmm. One of them has to go. So, Cassidy, you want to start us off here? Which one are you thinking?
I would probably say the rye chip. Or
that's the whole collective community of the McCook just
Cassidy,
sighed.
I love you. That's awesome.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody else agrees.
Darcy informed me that she would be the same. She hates the rye chip.
Really?
Yep. So
They make a bag of just those.
Right. That's how popular they are.
Yeah, we're actually going to be talking to a lawyer later. So,
you know what? I was going to tell you that later afterwards, but I'm glad you're taking good decisions, Josh.
Yeah. So my wife, we were going through this last night, and she said, "Well, definitely that brown thingy, whatever that is."
Yeah.
So
I didn't know what it was called until you put this out.
the rye chips.
I think they cover that in marriage counseling now.
How many kids do you want? Do you like the rye chips?
Which one goes?
Yeah. Katie, how about you?
Definitely the breadstick.
Yeah.
I always give those to my kids.
Yeah. Amanda?
I was going to say one of the pretzels.
Yeah, but who needs two
Why are there 2?
Why are there 2 pretzels?
yeah, I'm with you.
Because they're lame fillers. That's fine. In fact, I won't even eat a Gardetto's bag because the pretzels are in there. I don't like pretzels that much. Yes, that's right. I got to take a stand somewhere.
You need to find yourself a Haley.
Yeah. I will eat all of the pretzels.
So, like, I'll open a bag.
I'll bring just bags of pretzels.
Perfect.
Because I'll open a bag and I'll let her just like pick through. And then in 2 days, it's good enough for me to eat.
There you go. Now you got a good system. That's a good system.
It's like she bought a bag of the munchies, and I was just like, "Oh man, I haven't had munchies in so long." The reason why is because those trash pretzels.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
She's like, "There's none of them in there."
Yeah.
Took them all out.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was the best bag of munchies I've ever had in my life.
See, then you can just handful. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to look. Just consume.
Yep.
All right, Haley, which one's for you then?
I think for me, it's the breadstick. It's got to go. I don't know. It just seems really dry and like, it's just not, there's not really good flavor to it. I don't know. It's got to go.
If it had cheese on it, it might be all right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Josh, how about you?
I'm totally one of the pretzels. Most of our Facebook has said the rye chip, and I don't understand.
Oh, that shocks
We live
me.
amongst these people.
Seriously?
There's been enough.
I would probably say I can eat the rye chips. That's not bad. Probably one of the pretzels would be fine because, I'm just one or the other is the best. All right, we get everybody in?
So far, 8 out of the 10 comments that we have has been rye chip.
Weird. That's because they're the most vocal group.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, you start this conversation. Us pretzel haters, we're working. We're busy.
Yep. Amen.
We're building streets and, whatnot.
All right, next topic for the coffee club. And Luke, you got to start with this. And what is your significant other's better at than you are?
Like everything. Managing a calendar. How about that? Making phone calls, cooking, parenting. I mean, I could go on for a while, but yeah, those would be the
Okay,
big
so
ones.
in the spirit of the question, what are you better at? What do you
am
do
I better at? Oh, public speaking for sure.
Yeah.
Can you figure that one?
We've never had her up here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, go figure.
Amanda, how about you?
What's Will better at than I am?
Yeah.
Is this like by my choice or like if he was answering?
Hey, he's not here, so.
I guess I would say patience. He has no patience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a patient person?
No, not really, but apparently compared to him.
A little more measured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the voice of reason in our household.
Yeah. All right, Katie.
This pains me to say this, but he's a better driver than me.
Oh, wow.
Don't let him have that.
Thank you for saying
really
it.
hope he's not listening.
He drives for a living.
He does. He's a semi-truck driver.
He's a professional driver.
Yes. This summer, he had me back up a trailer, and I thought it was the worst thing I'd ever done. So difficult. I don't understand how you do this.
Tomater's really got skills.
Yeah, it's the whole mirror thing gets you. But if you just turn your head backwards
No.
with a can of Busch Light, you can do it.
Joshua.
with your steering with your knee, right?
Yeah.
Can't do that or endorse it. Cassie.
Well, I don't have a significant other, so I guess I'm better at everything.
Better at it all. Yeah. Haley, careful. How you doing?
Hey,
Yeah.
I asked him last night.
Oh, what was his answer?
I was just like, from the other room, even. I go, Kyle, what do you think you're better at than me? And instantly he goes, cooking. And I go,
Whoa.
ouch.
Shots fired.
But it was what was going through my head. So I'll admit it. Okay.
Now,
maybe
wait a minute.
we should back
Cooking,
it up.
barbecue, baking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's back that up.
Let's define it a little.
Probably inside cooking, everything else I'm better at, but anything obviously on the grill, barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get that. But I don't see him doing the sourdough.
No. Gosh, no.
Joshua.
Darcy's a way better shot than I am.
Yeah.
So she can,
She's an Annie Oakley, is she?
yeah, she doesn't have to sight in her rifle. She's always on, you know. And mine, I'm always just like, I shoot and I was like, well, my eyesight got better. You know?
Do you get buck fever? Is that the problem or what?
No, she's just a deadly person, you know. So I try not to make her so mad because I just know that I don't even have 400 yards. I would need like a 500-yard getaway before I say count to affinity before you shoot.
And beyond.
That's a good rule.
Because like even this summer, she shot a coyote and it was like clear across the canyon.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, you're not gonna hit that, and it just like barrel rolled, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm taking out the trash again.
So my wife, she's probably sitting on pins and needles waiting to see what I will say she's better at. Obviously, I mean, no doubt, spelling. My wife can, it seems like a simple thing. I can't spell. My wife can spell very good, and she's very good at like proofreading things. I'll send things through, and she'll find mistakes in there that she's really good at that. You know, whether
We
it's
need those people.
Yeah, punctuation, you know, anything written down. She's really good at that. So,
She might stop that if she went through my stuff,
what do you mean?
because I don't use like,
Punctuation?
yeah. Darcy's like,
Block
well,
text.
how was I supposed to take that when you don't use commas or periods or anything?
My sister's probably listening too, and she knows that I have an excessive use of the Oxford comma. I have no clue what that means.
The
but
Oxford comma, is that what you said?
Yeah.
What is it? What is an just a comma?
Oxford comma.
What is an Oxford
it's
comma?
It's different. It's I think it's used with more artistic license.
I don't know what that means.
Mind it is.
There are 3 English teachers out there right now yelling at their radio.
We failed
I'm telling you. Yeah, I still don't know what that means. Yeah.
I think that's when you have like 3 things at once and you say like pens, pencils, and paper, and you put a comma after each instead of just pencils and paper.
And not the and.
She said it confidently enough.
So-
I'm going with
So
it.
they're saying you're frivolously using the comma, is what essentially
so.
it is. Like
Sure.
you're like you have too many and you're just throwing them out there.
So next topic for Coffee Club.
I will say you do put a lot of commas in things.
Commas and ...
Yes.
He's just taking a lot of pauses in his,
Yeah.
like the voice in his
It's,
head.
it's dramatic.
Yeah.
Voices, thank you. Next topic is 1 in 6 of us have done this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so somebody in here has. What did you break
Nose goes.
because you got mad?
Oh, everything. Hearts. People's emotions.
Someone's spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. TV, mirror. Gosh.
Let's Pretty big list there,
Yeah,
Josh.
Halo was bad to me.
Do you have any specific instances you can share? What did you break because you got mad?
You know, my brother was usually more the breaker, though, but I was always the antagonator, so I would always, like, get him to that point where he wanted, like, punch something. So there was a lot of holes in the door. But as far as me breaking something, I am just a destructor itself. If you need something tore down, I'm like the Kool-Aid man. I'll run through it.
Haley, what'd you break because you got mad?
I don't know. I was trying to ask Kyle this last night, and he's like, I don't know, but I'm sure there's probably something at some point. And I was like, yeah, probably. My patience are very thin. So.
Have you broken a couple falls from Kason? Like he's about ready to fall, and you're like, mom grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
There's been some of those.
Like anybody ever like break their toe because they kicked something?
No.
Usually I'm angry after I hit my toe
Yeah.
on something.
Yeah.
Then you hit that toe like 50 more times.
And then the door just squeaks just right, and you're like, Yeah.
Luke, you got one?
All I can think of, I don't think I broke it. I think I did, but it almost broke. So Tecmo Super Bowl, playing Nintendo as a child.
Oh, yeah.
The Super Bowl game. Here I am. I lost in a last play, and I think I threw my Nintendo across the room.
Yep.
Which is a normal response for
Yep.
a young man playing Tecmo Super Bowl losing. And I see that perfectly appropriate. That's how you knew you were balanced in the early 90s.
That was the original Nintendo?
Oh, yeah. Original
If you
Nintendo,
had
yes.
that, do you know how much that's worth right now?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't get me started. My wife threw out my Super Nintendo. Yeah, I know, Josh. Don't tell me. It's bad. It's bad.
She wants to get rid of that right chip.
I know, right? One of them right chip haters.
Amanda.
My phone.
Yeah.
I broke my phone. And probably a TV remote. But it's never like actually broken, you just keep putting tape on it. So
Throw it across the room. It explodes. Batteries everywhere. All right, Katie.
I can't think of anything I've broken, but I have been told that when I'm angry, I'm a little hard on a clutch. So
By the professional driver?
yes,
Grind it or
Grind
slip
it a
it.
little
One of the
bit.
two. Yeah. All right, Cassie.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either. I was trying to think of it last night, and I couldn't come up with anything.
That's all right.
I guess I did break my axe. I was chopping wood, and it wasn't that sharp, so I went inside and sharpened it, and I still couldn't get it because I was in this really bad knot. And so I threw my axe down, and it hit the concrete, and it broke. And I was mad about that.
I never really get mad enough to throw things. I just, I don't. But if I did, it would go bad.
I
quickly.
know one for you.
And it'd probably be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you break a couple pins or cut some cables in an aggressive.
Okay.
You were a little curt when you cut that cable.
Or if we take a gander up at the
say if you look to your right,
the right hand screen
I
here,
don't really know if he was mad. That
That's-
was more of an accident. But
Well, okay.
he was mad because his headphone cable was all twirled
Tangled?
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was just.
And I can take and I can unplug them here, and it just went and it snapped up and beep, broke my computer screen. But you're right. I've got a one and done rule. If a pin doesn't work, I will take and I will destroy the pin.
that's fair
And
because
throw
then
it.
nobody else has to
Wow.
experience that.
Thank you.
Destroy the pen. Did you
Yeah,
hear that
yeah.
kind of verbiage?
not just throw it in the
right.
trash.
Destroy.
it.
Yeah. And I have a
He turns into that Russian from Rocky. He's like, I will break you.
I have a very similar policy for my XLR cords.
Okay.
Amazing.
No. I'm just
Sorry,
using,
man.
this
Sorry,
is
man.
an example. So when there's an XLR, a microphone cable that doesn't work, I will cut the ends off. So again, nobody else has to experience that. Now later on, I'll have a conversation with it and repair it and resolder it. But
I'm sorry, now you know what I'm capable of.
right, exactly. Tell your friends. Okay, next topic for the Coffee Club. Fun morning here. This has been great. I'm kind of excited about this one. Have If our town could have a Hollywood sign, what should it say? And when we get to Luke here, you can choose whether it's McCook or
Okay.
Oberlin.
Then I got to think a little bit.
Okay, so whichever one. So if our town could have a Hollywood sign, what should it say? Okay, Cassidy, we're going to put you on the hot spot here. Let you go first.
I don't know. I don't know what a good idea would be.
See, this one was hard for me too, because it's like it's just one.
Like one word.
Yes, like, and there was one thought that came to my mind, but it's
Okay, start us off. What is it?
Yeah.
Get bent.
no.
Oh.
It's not very good. It doesn't do. It
Well,
doesn't
just
do.
throw
don't
it
do
out
that.
there.
I'm
We'll be
working
the
on
judge of whether it's good or not.
justice.
Okay.
Did you just say we'll do a retraction?
No, I said I'm working on that people attraction piece. Be careful.
Well, I
We
just
want to bring people to town. That's the goal.
my mind went just to all of the certain places in this town.
Okay, so say the word.
McCrack. And I've heard it before. I'm not the only. See, I told you it didn't do
I don't think I'd
justice to
use that
McCook.
as a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know
No.
if that
I mean,
would
it
work.
might attract a certain group.
Well, yeah,
Probably
you're
not one
right,
that
you're
would
right.
want-
They're not buying a lot of houses.
They're not
That's true.
taxpayers
They're
generally.
here. They're just not. Not contributing.
It's here.
Yeah.
Believe me.
All right, so Josh, how about you? What were you thinking?
For me, for Bartley, it's just keep going.
Yeah.
Now I'll wave at you from the highway, but just
Yeah.
keep her trucking, buddy.
Nothing for you here.
Mine's a little cliche, but I was just going to say home.
That's so sweet. I love
You
it.
know, home on the north side, the south side, where the heart is.
How about you, Amanda? Did you come up with any?
It could be like 3 Casey's.
It's like the three amigos.
So my question is, where would we put our Hollywood sign?
Probably like
Up on
M
M Hill,
M Hill, probably.
just right above the big M.
Yeah, because we've got our M.
I know.
Right.
We should just complete it.
Yeah.
Just good.
I was going to say, what are we,
Yes.
Flagler, Colorado now? Yeah. Anybody else got one? What are you thinking?
I would say either this or a derivation of bittersweet. Like, I think there's, you move out to an area like this and you kind of, at first it's like, boy, there's not a lot around. You
Yeah.
kind of get that feeling like, boy, there's not a lot, you got to go 2 hours, at least when you're in Oberlin, to get to a little bigger box stores, stuff like that. But then it grows on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it starts, you're kind of like, man, this is kind of isolated. But then, man, the people are incredible. And it's just, it's a community like none other. Southwest Nebraska, Northwest Kansas. I love it. And so I just think you go through that evolution coming out here. And if you can ride through the bitter, because I know a lot of people come out, they don't like it, and they leave too quick. And so if you stay, and hey, it's a great place to live, man.
What about free ranged?
All of a sudden, I want chicken.
Because we're always running around out around here.
Or
We
if you
do.
just said here.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
You are here.
Welcome to here. Yeah. Next topic is, what's the first thing that you said? What?
I don't know.
Did your brother post something?
Yeah, and well, just to me,
Okay.
he wants a sign that says it's okay to buy candy from a guy in a van here.
That is true. That's a lot, but
Certain guy, certain van, but yes. Yeah. We love you, Mr. Bill. The next topic before we get to the games is, what's the first thing you say when you answer a ringing phone?
It all depends on who it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that question was different before cell phones because you just picked up the phone, right? You didn't
Yeah.
know who it was. Now it's always different,
So you're very case specific versus by who's calling.
Yes, but if I was to pick up a ringing telephone, yellow, that's what it would be. That's just
Yes.
it. Yellow.
A lot of people have added the Y to it.
Yeah, you
Yellow.
have to. You have to.
Yeah. Who else got one? How do you answer your phone?
I think normally just hello, but if it's my brother, I'm like, what's up? Or what do you want?
Yeah.
it's
it's my sister, I'll answer who's dying because she only texts me. Most people, it's hello.
Yeah.
If it's one of the teenagers, it's usually what did you do now? Yeah.
Amanda?
I always say hello. This is Amanda.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like obviously they know they're calling me, but that has been drilled in my mind. I will call my dad to this day, and he'll say, "Hello, this is Mike."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know. I'm calling you, Dad.
Does it annoy anybody else when you get a voicemail and they say, "You've reached so and so"? Because I really haven't. I've reached their voicemail.
I hate when there's an awkward pause and then you're like, hello, and then it goes on to the rest, and you're like,
Yeah.
Jesse will literally hang up the phone and he will literally say out loud, "But have I though?" Every time.
For me, I think for like my brother, it's always just like, yeah. For my mom, it's like, hello. For Darcy, it's hello. For if I don't know the number, I know it's spam, it's Josh's Nuts and Bolts. How may we screw you?
Oh, Joshua.
Jeez.
I almost always answer, this is Jesse.
Every time.
Almost
But see, as
always.
somebody who like answers the phone that way, do you get kind of annoyed when you call somebody and they say hello? Like if you don't know who you're calling and you're like,
Somebody's calling him now.
Yeah.
Weird.
I get
That's
nervous.
Jesse.
Like,
That's
Jesse.
is this Luke? I don't know,
It
it's
says
Amanda's
Yeah,
voice.
yeah, I know. It's tough.
This is Luke.
The healthcare is calling me.
Got to pay your bills, baby.
No, it's not that. They want more of my blood. Yeah. So who else answers the phone differently?
I always just say hello. I never say my name in case it's.
In case you don't want them to know your name.
Yeah, pretty much. You know when the callers, they say that, like, I'm calling looking for, or like, hey, I'm looking for Haley. And I'll be like, what are you calling about? And then I decide from there whether I'm Haley or not.
Seth always answers the phone, what? When I call him. If I call Seth, he's like, what?
Does he just assume that you want him to do something?
No, I don't know. Well, usually it's hang out, but
Yeah.
When Kyle
What?
calls, it's always, what do you want?
if I call Kyle, he's like, yeah, hello.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that.
Time for the games. Following games, what birthdays, anniversaries? You want to start calling those in? 345-5598. Get to talk to Haley. We'll get those birthdays in here for the 28th, 29th, and 30th of March. But it's the games time. First, what's in common? I'll give you a few things, and you tell me what they have in common. Amanda, you got to go first.
Okay.
Larry, Blue, and Bath. What do they have in common?
The what?
Larry, Blue, and Bath.
I have no idea.
Josh?
Larry, Blue, and
Yeah.
Bath? Or did you say Bass?
No, Bath.
Larry Bird.
Bluebird, yeah.
Bluebird.
Oh, bird bath.
And
Bird Bath.
Yeah.
Wow. That
Okay.
was good.
Katie?
Nice.
Sometimes.
That was excellent.
Katie, you're next.
All right.
Shower, call, and rod.
Oh, I'm stumped.
That one's kind of hard. Joshua?
What were they again?
Shower, rod, and curtain. Oh, blast. I said it.
I was going to say they just changed.
Like shower.
Shower rod, or shower curtain, a curtain rod, and a curtain call. That was a hard one.
That was a curtain call would have got.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? No volunteers.
Who
Yeah,
can
no,
choose?
there's no.
You can hit me. I'll see if I'm smarty pantsies.
Okay, we'll do the hard one then. Dinner, jingle, and tower.
Dinner bell,
that's-
jingle bell, tower bell.
Bell Tower.
He's good.
Bell Tower?
Yeah.
Tower Bell.
Yeah, Josh is good. Breakfast bingo is next here.
First answer starts with a B. Second one starts with an I. Third one starts with an N. And then G and then O for your last one. So your answers begin with the first letter B for the first one.
Okay, so B for you. What's a group of people that put their heads together to come up with an idea? What are they doing? You can phone a friend here.
Yeah, phone a friend. Anybody else got it?
Brainstorm?
Brainstorm. All right.
I suck at these games.
Next one. You're fine, Cassidy. All right. Katie. The act of putting your card into an ATM. Insert. Amanda. When a library book is overdue, they text or email one of these. Notice. Luke. Most popular search engine in the world.
Google.
I should have gave you that one, Cassidy. Sorry.
I was going to say Ask Jeeves, but it's a close second, I believe. Yeah.
1999 called and said.
That's right. Alta Vista doesn't make that list. Yeah. Come on.
Legit, the other day when I was at the store, somebody's cell phone went off, and it was the old
Nokia?
dial-up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
nice. The old dial-up.
So when I heard it, I instantly got triggered, waiting for my computer to connect to the internet.
You remember Napster? You almost got a full song down.
Right,
You're like,
yeah.
80 hours in, and somebody calls, and mom answers the phone.
Done.
No.
Yeah.
Haley, when you do something a single time, you do it.
Over.
Ooh.
The answer was once, but yeah, you're probably right. Next part of the games here. Which is true? I'm going to give you two things, and you tell me which one's true. Okay, Luke, you go first.
Okay.
The average person uses 150 gallons of water per day for personal use, or goats can whistle.
No way people use 150 gallons of water for personal use.
What's everybody think? Do they agree, disagree with
I'm
him?
going to agree.
Okay, you agree or disagree with him?
I mean, like, when you say whistle, do you mean whistle to their mouth?
The goats whistle.
Goats can whistle.
I mean, I'm still with Luke on that. Yeah.
Okay. Luke was right. So, good
The
job.
goats were the first yodelers.
No way.
Grabbed them by the udder.
Who kind of wants a fainting goat just because?
Oh, I would take a fainting goat.
Do you have any of those over?
I don't know. We've been offered plenty of goats. Goats are easy to come by. People love to give away goats.
That's because everybody sells them as that they're easy to take care of and
Yeah.
they'll eat everything. They are not. They are a
and they're
challenge.
a pain. And
Yeah.
they get out and they get on your car, and I'm like, I don't need that.
They're cute.
They never get out of the toddler stage.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like
way to put
radio
it.
DJs. 18% of, Amanda, this is you. 18% of animal owners share their beds with their pets, or the Eiffel Tower is made of aluminum. Which is true?
The Eiffel Tower one.
She says Eiffel Tower. Who agrees?
I'll agree with her.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Anybody on the
She
other?
I
graduated.
would say that I sleep with my pets.
I feel like a
So
lot more people than 18% sleep with their pet.
Well, the 18% is true in this case,
I think that's.
according to one study.
I think you're touching on anywhere between 35-40%.
I would agree.
My goodness.
Even if they don't want to, they fall asleep and
What's the Eiffel Tower made out of? That's terrible. That I don't
It's
know.
iron.
Copper.
It's iron.
Iron. That would
Yeah. Iron is
in my
steel.
mind, I was
No,
like,
steel.
aluminum doesn't seem like that would be a great material, but I was just like, that 18% seems low.
What is the Eiffel Tower made of? Puddle iron.
iron.
It's wrought iron. It's not steel. It's puddle iron, whatever that is. Okay, Katie. Strong tissue can be used as a parachute, or August has the highest percentage of births.
I'm going to go with August having the highest percentage.
What's 9 months from August? Before August?
Be December, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. Merry Christmas.
To you, you are correct.
I thought September was the most popular.
I was
birth
going to
month.
say September, I thought.
Okay, we'll do a Google search and see if. What month has the highest percentage of births? They say.
September.
Ooh.
Okay, Amanda, you're right. Cassie, no controversies, please. Colored paper weighs more than white paper, or the Mona Lisa has no eyebrows? Which one's true?
Colored paper weighs more than regular paper.
She says colored paper weighs more.
Yes, absolutely. The Mona Lisa does not have eyebrows.
I think they're blonde, aren't they?
I don't know.
She doesn't have eyebrows.
Okay, that is the truth. The Mona Lisa does not have any eyebrows.
Dang.
Oh my goodness.
What happened
Poor
to him?
thing.
Ran out of paint?
Used it all on the smile.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. There you go. That's the games section here from 105.3. 7:52 means time for the birthdays and anniversaries. You want to get those on the radio? You can still call us here at the radio station 345-5598. Haley, you want to start our birthdays today? What do you have?
I do. So messaged in to us, Isabel Gracia has a birthday on Saturday, turns 13 years old. Sadie Hageman turns 11 years old on Saturday. And then Jordan Noward also has a birthday.
Josh, any birthdays?
Yep.
For Saturday, I also have Brandon Park has a birthday. Megan Cole Morgan also has a birthday.
My birthday, Steve Towery, Patrick Gross, Sydney Pullman, and Ricky Walker.
I got Kyler Brady and Lauren Di Giovanni. Those are my birthdays for today. I think they both moved away from here now. But then my weekend birthdays, I got Gabe Ware has a birthday. Taylor Garcia has a birthday. Lori Stevens with a birthday. Candy Baumgartner got a birthday. Rita Heron has a birthday. Adrian Lamming has a birthday. Her new name is Rambaga, maybe.
Say it
I'm going to go with
confidently.
it. And then, yeah, that's it for my birthdays.
Bethany Wrights has a birthday over the weekend. Deborah Coe, Joanne Anderson, Tom Carpenter, Tara Bird, and Carly Peters. So we got to pick somebody to get these cool prizes.
Angela Allen today is her birthday too. She was our office manager and she's no longer with the MEDC and we miss her. She's spending time with her family, but happy birthday to Angela.
Happy birthday, Angela.
A donut from Ember's Bakery, ice cream from The Scoop, a sandwich from Jimmy John's and Coca-Cola.
Should we make Angela the winner?
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah. Come by the radio station, pick up those prizes here.
And while you're out, stop by and see your friends.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. And that is the birthdays. So talk a little bit about the month of April for the Family Resource Center here. You guys have special events that are coming up for that?
We do. We're doing that donation drive for the schools. Actually, tonight we're having bingo at the yard. They're hosting us for their charity event.
Oh, cool.
So we're pretty excited about that. I think we have some other things that we're talking about too. Ace is going to be doing a roundup for us on the 26th. We'll be there.
On April 26th, yep. From, I think, 11 to 2. And then bingo tonight is from 6 to 9 at the yard. So yeah, we've been doing some great changes at the Family Resource Center. So if you're not familiar with the Family Resource Center, please come check it out. That is located just south of Pinnacle Bank and like Jimmy John's, that area.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are excited to talk to people and help different families within the community.
You guys have had a few different fundraisers over the last few years. Did you guys do the disc golf tournament? That's you guys, right?
Yep.
When is that typically?
Actually, this year it will be Labor Day weekend.
Oh, cool.
So I believe that's like August 30th this
We might
year.
have the second course up by then.
I was just going to ask that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Um,
Get a two-parter. I like it.
So anyway, yeah, we do that. Hopefully we can get it more out into the public this year. But that's always a really good fundraiser for us. So.
All right, Family Resource Center. You guys have a website or just stop by or what?
Stop by or check us out on Facebook.
Okay.
Easiest way. Or call us 345-2609.
Yep, it was great to have you in for Coffee Club today. Amanda, you guys got some things coming up for the EDC?
Yep. Yeah. So we have that open house coming up next Saturday, April 5th from 11 to 1 p.m. at North Point, where we'll be kind of showcasing some of the single family homes that have been constructed up there. If you're in the market or if you're just curious, that's absolutely fine. And then we are, always planning for our next projects. We've been deep in planning mode and grant application mode. Even while I'm on leave, I'm submitting grant applications so that we can keep things rolling and keep housing progressing in McCook.
Yeah, you're out on maternity leave, and we're going to build a ballpark. You really don't want to miss out on some of the groundwork.
No, I don't want to. I have FOMO with everything going on in McCook, so I just drag my poor baby to everything. So everybody is pretty much used to him coming to meetings. I think Marilinda Taylor loves seeing him, and Rhonda Graff always is holding him everywhere we go, which is great.
That's handy, yeah. People want to learn more about upcoming projects?
Yeah, if you want to learn more, you're welcome to give our office a call at 345-1200, and you can speak with Charlie or I. Or you also can follow us on Facebook. We do have a Facebook, and we have a website at mccookne.org as well. Or also keep up with City Council, because you'll probably hear us on the agenda. We're there frequently, it seems like, having conversations or just updating council as well. Just get involved with your community and you'll know what we're doing.
And then Luke
Cleaver, Miriam's Hope, Oberlin, Kansas. And you just have opportunities to kind of help families and help keep moms with their kids and things like that.
Yeah, we do. We
do a lot down there.
We're actually hiring a program director right now. So if someone is interested in coming and serving in that way, and that's of course that's a paid position, hired and everything.
Yep.
So, but
is that on site or how's that?
Nope, they don't have to live on site. They can. We have housing available, so that is an option. And so that's just someone come alongside our families and work with them every day and work them through the program. Program's already laid out. We have some. We have. I'm trying to think. So we're also this kind of big picture, big vision stuff. I'd like to open a little restaurant cafe in Oberlin there. So if someone is a cook and loves the Lord and wants to come out and serve in that way, if I can find the right person, we'll move forward on it and get it going as quick as possible. So that's something we'd like our families to do. Part of the programming, they go work and serve in the cafe and do that kind of thing. And then we'd also have a little goods store where we'd sell a few things. We have a little 20-acre ranch, so we have things that we can sell, eggs and different things and projects that they do. But that's kind of big picture vision. We'd like to build an activity building. Of course, we'll take financial donations. And there is a fish fry tonight at Oberlin Knights of Columbus at the Catholic Church. So if you want to come and have some fish, all the proceeds go to Miriam's Hope. And so we've got big visions to really see God doing incredible work down in Oberlin. And so we're just getting started.
And for you too, website, ways to contact.
MiriamsHope.com and Facebook at Miriam's Hope. So
there you go. Great Coffee Club on a Friday morning. This is the 28th day of March, 2025. And that's going to wrap it up here for 105.3 Coyote Country. Happy Weekend Eve.